Hello guys and welcome for another Eternum video. First of all, I want to thank all the people who have been supporting the channel and who are part of our Discord community, as we have reached a milestone of 1000 players. This means truly a lot for me, and I feel amazing knowing that there are people who find my builds and guides valuable and helpful. So for all of you out there, I want to say big thank you. Now let's get back to business, because Season 10 doesn't wait a single bit and there are so many other things that we have to discuss. Yesterday I posted a video about an amazing build for the Catacombs utilizing Spear and Inferno Artifact Firestaff. Same as mentioned on the video, this build is amazing for solo farm as well as other type of PvE content. However, today I want to give you some more insights about the way to farm the Catacombs efficiently. As you probably already know, you have a timer of 30 minutes when you start your journey in the Catacombs. For that time, all 3 players must push their limits in order to clear as many as possible bosses in order to gain the maximum rewards. The amount of bosses is 6 and the difficulty of all existing mobs, including the remaining bosses, will increase each time you slay in one of them. There are probably a couple of options on how to approach your fights in order to be quick and to be able to kill them all, but I found a way in which you are almost guaranteed that you will have a shot on the 6th boss. I'm saying almost guaranteed because after all, the layout of the map in the Catacombs is always auto-generated, and this means that sometimes you will not be so lucky to get the decently placed bosses. Also, it will depend a lot on the rooms, which are filled up with regular mobs, as many of them can slow you down quite a lot, while others can be extremely quick. The idea for the quick run is the following. At the start, you are aiming to split yourself as much as possible across the map, even if that would mean that all 3 players are going completely solo. This can be quite dangerous, especially before reaching your first or second buff. This way you will be able to explore the map and locate the places where all the bosses are. Sometimes you will not be able to see the skull icon of the boss, but having a lever nearby would mean that there is a special door, and of course behind it there is what you are looking for. If you get the chance to see the bosses and to know which one is placed where, you can also communicate that to your team, so you can create the most ideal path to return at a later stage. This is due to the fact that some of the fights will be quite easy even at the level of 5 and 6, while others can be a complete nightmare already at level 3. But why would you go in such way to discover the whole map without fighting a single boss? Are we not supposed to kill the bosses after all, you might ask? The easy answer to this is the following. If you aim to kill as many as possible trash mobs for as low as possible time, you will be able to boost your HP and damage on the statues across the Catacombs. This would mean that the further you progress with the discovery, the stronger you will eventually get. At the same time, all the mobs will remain at power level 1 simply because you didn't kill a single boss. With this approach, if you manage to properly scout the layout, you will start your first boss at around 6 to 10 buffs, which of course would depend on your pace, and it will be a kill for less than 20 seconds. This is also the reason why you want to mark the location of the bosses, so you can approach the harder ones first, as now you are way too powerful for them and the chances of you failing the fight would be close to 0. Each and every boss will also reward you additional essence points that you can still spend on the statues and upgrade your damage and HP. The higher the number of the boss killed, the higher the points that will be rewarded to your team. And yes, as you can imagine, on your way back to all the bosses, there will be no mobs to slow you down, as you have already cleared the rooms and your path. There might be some enemies, however, that you didn't discover, and just some that are standing on the shorter path to your next boss, but you can easily ignore them and to make them retreat. With this setup, we've managed to jump from the consistent 3 to 4 bosses to now chasing the 6th one with a regular consistency of 5 on almost every entry. And again, I'm saying almost, as sometimes mistake can happen and also the layout is having a big impact on your runs. If you are wondering which bosses you should aim to kill first and which ones to kill last, I will share with you my personal list of priority after around 50 catacombs. The most annoying boss, and this is not even close to any other one, is Hadish Azar. That's the Keeper of Flames, which is a boss from the Hatchery 10-man trial. This fire mage is doing unreal damage, and even if you fight him at level 3, there will be quite a high chance that you will get one-shotted from his abilities. At the same time, he's also quite tanky compared to all the other at the same level, so always prioritize this guy first. For the second one, I believe that the new Banshee type of a boss, to which I don't know the name, is a decent entry. The AoE damage and the adds, which are mirroring the attacks of the boss, can make the whole room a quite chaotic place, and in no time you can get into big trouble. So getting this one done before level 3 is always a nice thing. Next one on the list can be two bosses, and it mostly depends on your personal feeling. The one is the Ice Troll from Glacial Thorn, or the Banes from the main storyline located in Weaver's Fen. Both are quite annoying ones and have similar patterns of attack, which can make the fight slow and dangerous. Remember that by this point you are still running with 3 DPSs and there is no tank or a healer involved in the fight. Once you finish with boss 3 and you proceed to the next one, I suggest you to pick the one that you left from the previous choice, meaning Banes or the Ice Troll. This time, however, make sure to set up a semi-tank or someone who can block, and he can take of course the aggro away from the DPS. The fights are getting harder, so don't get too cocky because you might get wiped. For the 5th and 6th place, there are 2 remaining enemies, and those are Neishatun from Tempest and the Swordmaster boss from Starstone. For me, both of the encounters are quite easy as long as you know the attack patterns of the bosses. This doesn't mean that you would not get one-shotted if you get hit, so have that in mind as well, but in general their attacks feel a bit slower and easy to spot compared to the other ones before that. In general, there are more tricks and tips which I can give you, but I will stop here so you can digest the information, as for some of you it might be a bit too much. If you have any questions or doubts, make sure to let me know about them in the comments or in our Discord community. If you have enjoyed the content so far and you want to see more guides about New World Eternum, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It's free and at the same time it helps me a lot. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.